Hi YouTube, this is Joe Calton with Calton Cutlery. You can find us on the web, caltoncutlery.com. Um, I just wanted to take a quick minute and let everybody know that I got my scrapping furnace built. Finished it up last night, and today I'm going to take it to a little bit better place to do the test run. And if it works, melt down some aluminum alloy wheels into more manageable size ingots so that I can fit them into the crucible in my foundry and cast things out of them. But it's supposed to get kind of windy today, so I figured I hope to shoot a video of it running. It's first test run, but here in the shop it's nice and quiet. You guys can hear me an awful lot easier. So we'll start off with the oil supply. It's my standard, or the same oil supply that I use on my my regular foundry. I believe that's a 7-gallon air tank. You got the 1/2-inch hole right there. Goes to a 1/2-inch ball valve and a shark bite. Up at the top I welded a 3/4-inch nipple to the top of it. 3/4-inch T. We got a fill valve right here, shut-off valve, and a port to hook the air line up to. Last time we charged it up on 10 pounds of air pressure, and that seemed to work pretty good. The oil comes down this 1/2-inch PEX line and comes down to a regular old gate valve, 1/2-inch gate valve, into a 1/2-inch pipe nipple. I want to say it's about 8 inches long, 7 inches long, something like that. At about a 45-degree angle, welded into this pipe, the air pipe, which is a 2 3/8 inch. It's actually a support post for chain link fencing. It's what I had laying around. That is welded to the side of this 7-gallon propane tank. Took the valve out and of course aired it out before I welded on it, and then just grabbed a 3/4-inch plug and then welded a T-handle onto it so that it's easy to block that off when I'm ready for it. The outlet is a 3.5-inch just piece of scrap pipe I had laying around. I don't know if the 3.5 inch is going to be big enough. It sure seems to me that the problem, well, when I fired up my foundry, it's got an 1.5-inch supply line, or the air tube, an 1.5-inch line that goes into a 2-inch line that uses the 2-inch line's basically just a holder for the 1.5-inch line off the burner. And and then the opening in the top of the lid on my foundry, I believe, is 5 inches across. And it sure seemed like when that foundry was running on waste oil, that 5-inch opening wasn't big enough to let the foundry breathe right. So we'll try it with that 3.5-inch outlet. If it's big enough, why then, that's fine and dandy. If I can't get enough heat out of it, which I really kind of doubt with this setup that getting enough heat is going to be my problem, but if I need a bigger outlet, well then I'll cut that one off and weld a 5 or a 6-inch pipe for an outlet on it. Let's see, the jumping castle blower it's a model W-2L air pump, 115 AC, 60 Hertz, 3.8 amps. It sure seems like it puts out an awful lot of air, so we'll have to see how it does. This will be the first run on it also. I picked it up for, I think brand new, they're 50 or 60 bucks on eBay. I picked this one up used for, I think, $25 shipped to my door, which I thought was a pretty good deal. It's got a real nice long extension cord. Got a piece of cardboard right there that I'll use to block off the inlet to control the air. Yeah, the plan is just to stuff this full of newspaper, which I already did that, and then put some diesel, pop the top off there, put some diesel in there, probably light it either through the top or through the side. I do have some sparklers from a couple of 4th of Julys ago that I might try testing out with those. The barrel is just a 55-gallon barrel. It looks like I don't know if it originally had paint in it, but somebody put some in there. But it was at the salvage yard. They wanted $10 for the thing, and it had a lid so that I can more closely control the amount of air, block in some of the heat, whatever. But the whole idea of this, and it's just sitting on a plastic crate right now, which it won't be sitting on that when I get it to where it's going. I just didn't have any cinder blocks here, and I've got plenty down there. So what I'll do is just prop it up on cinder blocks. I've got a couple of holes in the bottom. I didn't know what size I was going to need, so I got a 7/8 inch hole there on the right and a 1.5 inch hole on the left. The hole for the burner is just a little bit oversized so that I can, move it around if I need to get the flames swirling inside. So the idea is to fire up the burner, get it running hot, and then get position the barrel to where it's got a good swirl of the flame, so that flame comes in at an angle, swirls around, and then comes up out the top. What I'm hoping I'll be able to do is, once I get it going, just back it off to an idle, stick the barrel in here, burn the paint out of the barrel. Of course, I'm going to call the fire department, let them know I'm doing a burn so they don't get worried. And then be able to toss whatever will fit in this 55-gallon barrel and break it down into smaller stocks so that I can, cast projects out of it. I've got, I think, 4 aluminum alloy wheels I'm going to try to melt today, but pretty much if it'll fit in here, well, then it should be able to melt it. And as an added bonus, after I get the whole system figured out, maybe twice a year I can go fire this thing up, toss 4 or 5 aluminum alloy wheels in here, and then just stack them up on top. And as the bottom one melts, it'll just gradually feed it. Oil will run out the bottom of the hole. I'll tilt the barrel a little bit so that the aluminum will run out the bottom. Fire the thing up twice a year and get a whole bunch of stock to use for the rest of the year. It sure beats. I don't know if you've ever tried to break down big pieces of aluminum like alloy wheels, but boy, it gums your saws up something fierce, and it's just a real big pain in the butt. Hopefully this will, like I said, I think it's built kind of oversized and everything, but I think it'll work really good. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention was the air hookup. This is just a Fernco drain line. They're a rubber coupling. You can pick them up at Home Depot. This is a 4-inch to 2-inch, and it just so happened that the outlet that holds the screen on the blower is just about 4 inches in diameter, so this just fit right up. It's got a nice little taper so that it'll ease the airflow into the 2 3/8 inch pipe, so it should work pretty good. Like I said, I'll try to get a video of it running, and yeah, hopefully the thing works out really good, puts out lots of heat, breaks down a lot of aluminum. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time.